comes the insurance. We shed, we rise. No more fat disguise. From dawn till dusk, feel the burn, no lies. Everywhere you're living, we rugged every mile.
Now, the recap of the 5K that I just did this morning. Now, granted, I haven't had much sleep. I woke up like at 2:30 this morning because the race started at 5 a.m. But I got up as tired as I was, called my Lyft, which wasn't that expensive, given that it's 2 in the morning on a Run Disney race. I think it was only paid like $12, but went and got the Lyft. The Lyft took me to Epcot. That's where Epcot, the races start and end at Epcot. That's the start line and finish line. So got there. As soon as you get there, you know, once you pass security and stuff, you go to the waiting area, the entertainment area where they have the stage and the hosts, all the hosts and the DJs are there playing music, and they had Disney characters there based off of the races. You know, the Disney heroes, the Pixar, the Marvel. So they had Pain and Panic from Hercules, the little sidekick demons. They had Edna Mode from The Incredibles. Everybody loved them some Edna Mode. She is so popular. She's like the best character in The Incredibles movie. And then they had Frozone from The Incredibles. He was there. He was jamming and dancing with everybody. To me, it looked like everybody who was in his line that got pictures with him had the most fun. And then lastly, and thank God I got up at 2 o'clock and got there early to be one of the first people in line, because that line was hours long. Like, they had to cut it off to start the race. And then people who did not get a chance to take pictures with him before the race, they had to do it after the race. But they had Groot, big Groot, like big Groot. And I will insert the selfie I took with him. He had to lean to the side because I'm so short. He was there taking photos with people, and like I said, I'm gonna insert pictures throughout this video as I'm recapping. He was there, and he's a rare character. You don't see him much in the theme parks. It's not like something that you see every time you come to Disney World. So he was a rare character. So which is why his line was long, and he's the medal and the t-shirts. Like he's the theme, the mascot of the 5K race. So got done taking pictures with him, and then by that time I got through out that line, it was time to meet up with the Dragon Masters crew, Dragon Masters Initiative. And again, in previous videos, I've already explained that foundation and why I ran and raised money for them, for kids, for pediatric cancer, kids who got cancer. So I've explained all that in previous videos. But yeah, we did a meetup with everybody, and I got to meet the people in charge, the founders, the chairman, the social media people behind it, and they were such dope, nice people, such great people. And then I got to meet the other people who were raising money and running with me for that foundation. So it was a great time, and I feel like family with them now. We so cool that they had buckets of snacks for us and things like that. Like, it was a great fun time. Talking and chopping up with them, and we took a group photo. Hopefully they'll post it by the time I edit this video, and I'll be able to insert it here. But we took a group photo, and it was great. It was a good time, like I said. And then by that time we got through with the group photo and met everybody and introduced ourselves, it was time to go into the corral. So we started off, the first mile was in the streets, like on the highway or whatever, like not technically the highways, but in the main roads. So there was nothing really there. Now, they did have some character. No, we didn't see a character till we got to the back of Epcot's parking lot. So the first wave was in the streets. Wasn't really much there, but then again, it was dark. They did have some screens showing like little scenes of Guardians of the Galaxy, because that was the thing for this race, and the trailers. And the whole race, they blasted music from that soundtrack. So it was great hearing all those oldie but goodies throughout the race of the 3 miles. But yeah, so they because Marvel was the 5K, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, all the characters, the meet and greet, except for 1, 2, were Marvel characters. So when we got to mile 1, we immediately saw it's a new character on Disney Plus, a new show, and I will insert the name in the picture right here. Right here, I will insert that. But it's a new kids show. It's a little black girl, and yeah, and it's from Marvel. It's on Disney Plus. Anywho, she was the very first character before you get to mile 1 on the backside of Epcot. So I was like, even though I'd never seen the show, I know of the character. So I was like, I'm gonna stop, because this is one of those rare characters that you usually don't see in the theme park. So I said, let me go and take a picture, especially if my nieces and nephews watch the show, because it's geared towards the younger kids. They might know who this character is. So I went and took a picture. She was dope. She was cool, because she talked to us a little bit, to each runner and stuff. So it was nice. It was that character was a great meetup. I'm glad I stopped for her. And then we made it to mile 1 going into Epcot. And then the thing about Epcot is that you have the front of the park with all the major rides, the big globe and stuff like that. But in the back of the park, you have what we call the World Showcase. And so all the different countries from Mexico all the way around the lake. And then you get into Canada, where we started in Mexico. So we got to walk all the way through there and around. And as we're doing it, there are lots. When I tell you there are lots of PhotoPass photographers, some of them were like literally back to back, like not even a quarter of a mile from each other. So you had a lot of chances to get your photos taken while you're running or walking this 5K. Like they had more PhotoPass photographers taking pictures of us as we're running or walking or whatever than they had of the meet and greet characters. Like, and I like that, because that gives you more of an opportunity to get a nice, decent, you know, photo of you doing the race. The race photos, you know, you get a lot of chances. Now, granted, some of the spots were pretty dark and I didn't see no flashes, so I don't know how these pictures gonna turn out. But however, like I said, they were like back to, like, you got a photo here and then you take a couple of like 50 steps and it's a one, like it really wasn't that far apart from each other. Like they had a lot of PhotoPass photographers. So shout out to Disney for doing that. That is great, because people like race photos and memories of them actually doing the assignment. And sometimes our phones might die. Like my phone almost died until I remember I had a power bank in the backpack. Or we might have a camera, like I had my video camera that I was vlogging with, my Osmo Pocket. Well, it takes time to flip from video to photo, back to video to photo. So like I still use my cameras, but it's good that they had a lot of photographers there to take pictures of me actually doing the run or walk. So shout out to them. Thank you, Disney, for doing that. Please have more PhotoPass photographers out on the course. And then we're going through all the countries. I think we got to mile 2, closer to Morocco. So if you've never been to Disney World, you've never been to Epcot, this is foreign to you. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But for Disney people who know Disney parks, especially Epcot and the World Showcase, when you know what I'm saying. So mile 2 was before Morocco, between Morocco and I think it was Italy. Yeah. And there was another character there, Doctor Strange. I really wanted to see Doctor Strange, but his line was so long. He was at the beginning of the American Pavilion, but his line passed Italy. So for those who know Epcot and the countries, that's how long his line was. I said, no. So I walked by and I got my phone and I zoomed in as close as I could and got a picture of him. I just couldn't get a picture with him, but I really wanted a picture with him. But you know, it is what it is. One day I'll get a picture with Doctor Strange. But that was a sacrifice I was willing to take. I mean, I could have stood in that line, but by that time I was ready to get this race over with. especially when you're in the back of the pack, like the last crew of people. I just wanted to get this race over with. So I kept going, and yeah, I also met some of my favorite Run Disney YouTubers, like the Slackers, aka Oxen Spoon. I love watching their channel. Shout out to them. So if y'all are watching this, y'all whole crew, they were the Lumberjacks. Oh my gosh, it was so nice to meet y'all, because I've been watching y'all videos forever, for I think as long as y'all been doing the Run Disney videos. So it was great to actually meet them and be in the back of the pack with them a little bit. So it was great. It was great to meet them and see them. That was a nice good thing for me that I like, because they're kind of like like some of the Run Disney celebrities for me. But it was cool walking with them and meeting them. But yeah, so I just kept it pushing, kept it walking. And then, yeah, so past Morocco and them, going to the other countries like Japan and the UK and France and stuff like that. And then toward the end, almost, I want to say before you leave Canada, they had Gamora and Star-Lord, and again their line was just as long as Doctor Strange. And so I just took a faraway photo of them, or maybe I didn't even get it at that point. I just got like a video off my action camera, but I saw Star-Lord and Gamora. And that was nice to have those characters there. I like that they had a lot of characters based off of whatever the medals and stuff was. So the Guardians were there. And Marvel was there. They were representing for the 5K. And then once we left the World Showcase, we started going back toward the front of the park. Now the front of the park, where the big spaceship Earth, the globe, and all those other, I used to work there, so I did get very emotional once I got to the big ball. And y'all see the video when I posted. I did start to cry a little bit. I got really emotional, a lot of memories, and just the fact that I was back doing the Run Disney events since 2018. That's been a long time for me. So the fact that I was back doing these races, I just could not believe it. And plus, once you get to the ball, you know you're closer to the finish line. So yeah, got a little emotional, but just as I was about to have a breakdown and cry, I looked off to the side and Mrs. Incredibles was there doing a meet and greet. And luckily her line was not long. And so I veered off, went to the side, wiped the tears out of my eyes while I was in line. Got a great photo with her, and then continued on to the finish line. So this race was very good. It was very fun. I'm glad it wasn't timed, so I got to take my time. And my ankle feels great. My legs and knees feel great. The only thing is I did get a blister at the bottom of one of my finish line, about to cross the finish line. And they have hosts there who host MC every Run Disney event, and I love them. So I went to go take a selfie with one of them, Carissa, and you know, she talked to me because she saw that I was representing Dragon Masters, and she saw the rocket with the Michael, and so she shouted me out and shouted Michael out on the microphones before I crossed the finish line, which was dope. Shout out to her. Thank you. After I took a selfie with her, and right before we crossed the finish line, you look up on these little stair platforms, and Mickey Mouse was there. Mickey was waving at everybody as they crossed the finish line. So I stopped and took a selfie. Insert photo here. I stopped and took a selfie with him, because you can't do Run Disney and not take a picture with Mickey. So yeah, so after that Run Disney gives you to help you fuel for doing the race, you get the coveted medal. So here it is. I know I've been rambling, but here is the medal. This is Groot, and you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, they love music. The cassette tape, it says Springtime, Run Disney Springtime Surprise 5K. And then you see like Star-Lord and other symbols. On the other side of the lanyard, you got Groot. So it was fun. It was dope. And definitely where even the cassette tape on the back has the like, you know, for those of us who were born before the internet, before CDs, we had cassette tapes. I was a child, but I remember having cassette tapes and you had to rewind. You had to rewind and you would see. So the fact that they put this much detail into the metal, they put this much detail into the race metal. That's just, because they could have left that blank. They could not, but that's just for the old heads like me, the senior citizen. So yeah, that's the race metal. Oh, and Dragon Masters, if you run for them and raise money for them, they also have medals that they give out to their runners, the people who ran for them. I'm back. So they honored me with this Team Fired Up. That's the name of our running team, Team Fired Up. So that's what's on the lanyard. Oh, let me flip it this way. Better to. And so yeah, they change the medals every year. It's always a different medal each year. So they gave each of us with their symbol, Dragon Masters Team Fired Up. So super happy. So I got 2 medals this weekend, and I'm gonna get a 3rd one on Sunday with that 10 miler. Can't wait to get the Mr. and Mrs. Incredible go to the expo. So at minimum, you might get 3 videos of this whole weekend, at max 4. But this is the recap of the Springtime Surprise 5K. I had a great time. This is one of my favorite 5Ks. I loved it. I have no regrets. I was mentally, I'm not gonna lie, I was mentally doubting myself that first mile. And it's probably because I was sleep deprived, but I was just not feeling it and I was regretting everything. And I kept saying, if I can't finish this, how the hell I'm gonna do a 10 miler? But that quickly went away. I just focused on the positive. I focused on the Disney characters. I focused on the other runners who were, and walkers. I'm not just going to say runners, and walkers were so dope and so nice and so encouraging. They don't know me from a lick of paint, and people will walk by and be like, great job. You're doing a good job. Keep going. And it made me do the same for them. Like, if I saw someone that looked like they were struggling, like one lady literally had a leg brace on, was limping. And as I walked past her, I said, you're doing an amazing job. Keep going. So the running community is such a dope, especially Run Disney, such a dope, amazing community. And it was just, it was very encouraging. So the little doubt and self-doubt that I had in the beginning, in that first mile, it quickly went away by the time I got to mile 2, by the time we got into Epcot. So I'm going to try to keep the course, focus on the positive, continue my mantra, my race, my pace. That's been my mantra the whole training and this morning, but it's been great. It's been amazing. And again, shout out to Dragon Master, shout out to Run Disney. And I did this race for this boy. I did this race for Michael. I raised the money, I signed up, I did these 3.1 miles for him. So Michael and your family, this was dedicated to y'all. This was for y'all. And y'all are the real heroes. And this weekend was all about heroes, celebrating us as heroes, but you're the true hero, man. You're the true hero. Anywho's, that was the race recap for the 5K. Expo videos coming soon. If it did not come before this one, I don't know which order I'm going to edit and put these in. And then the last video is going to be the recap of the 10 miler, because that's the last race before we fly home. So anywho's, I love y'all. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is Shed Yourself Vlogs, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Burn, feel the heat. Daily grind on cam, seeing the pounds deplete. Treadmill marathon got me building endurance. Life's a competition, so here comes the insurance.